No one has ever climbed Mount Kailash. Not the British. Not the Chinese. Not the world's greatest alpinists. Every attempt has ended in retreat, failure, or worse, disappearance. Not because the mountain is impossible to scale, but because it is forbidden. It is said to be the throne of Lord Shiva, the axis of the universe. And those who try to conquer it are defying the gods themselves. But buried deep in the cold winds of Tibet lies one tale, whispered, never written. A tale of a monk who did the unthinkable. He climbed Mount Kailash and returned. But not as a man. This is that story. You're watching AI Storytelling YT, where forgotten myths, ancient truths, and forbidden tales come alive. Subscribe for the stories they don't want you to remember. The Unspoken Rule. Mount Kailash. 21,778 feet tall. Majestic. Untouched. Mysterious. While the world has summited Everest over 10,000 times, Mount Kailash remains virgin, pristine, and eerily unattempted. Even satellite imagery shows strange shadows near its peak that shift against logic. For Buddhists, Kailash is Mount Meru, the cosmic pillar holding the realms. For Hindus, it is where Shiva dances the rhythm of destruction and rebirth. For the Bon faith, it is a gateway to another dimension. And for all, it is never to be climbed. To place foot on its peak is to tear the veil between realms. The monk who came from the mist. Around the 17th century, a strange monk arrived at Tholing Monastery. He had no name, no belongings, no voice. He took a vow of eternal silence. He slept on stone, drank only glacier water, and meditated for days without moving. The villagers began calling him that which watches. He never blinked. And wherever he walked, snow melted. He wasn't a man, an elder monk once whispered. He was awareness itself. And then, one day, he stared at the peak of Kailash. Not with curiosity, but recognition. The ascent no one saw. Without a word, he left the monastery. No map. No tools. No shoes. He walked across frozen rivers like they were marble floors. Locals saw him meditating near deadly cliffs, unfazed by avalanches. Then, he vanished. A string of reports said. A shepherd saw a glowing figure halfway up Kailash. A Chinese survey drone malfunctioned near the summit but caught a shadow, seated in lotus posture. A group of pilgrims near the northwest face of Kailash heard a humming sound and saw floating lights. Something, or someone, was up there. For 33 days, the peak shimmered. The footprint and the shattering wind. Then, on the 34th day, it stopped. No more lights. No more whispers. But something was left behind. Near a ledge, impossible to reach, monks discovered a footprint. Not pressed into snow, but into stone. Embedded. Permanent. As if space itself had bent. To this day, snow doesn't settle on that footprint. Wind changes direction near it. And those who stand too close claim they feel watched. The monk returns. But not as a man. On the 108th night, he returned. He didn't speak. But his presence radiated silence so powerful, birds went still. Old monks fell to their knees. Candles lit themselves. Flowers bloomed on frozen stone. And then, he walked into Lake Mansarovar. Step by step. Until the waters swallowed him. No ripples. Just stillness. The mystery revealed. What happened on the peak? Did he find the gods? Or did he become one? When the Silent One crossed the veil, he opened the eye of Mount Meru. And for a moment, we saw what lies beyond time. He did not climb to conquer Kailash. He climbed to dissolve the self, and become the mountain. The real question. To this day, no one else has dared to climb Mount Kailash. Not because they can't. But because deep down, we know. The mountain is already occupied. And somewhere, high above the clouds, a monk still meditates. Not to reach the gods, but to become their silence. If this tale chilled your soul and stirred your spirit, subscribe to AI Storytelling YT, where forgotten truths return to life, and silence reveals the loudest secrets. Until next time.